Probably when I was 17.
I learned to speak English when I was 10 years old.
I learned to speak English around the age of 4 before I came to the state.
I learned to speak both languages from birth, French and English.
I was 17.
Chinese.
I speak Polish, so that's my native language.
Arabic.
From Canada. Yeah, I use English more than I do French, but French came first.
My native language is Korean.
Probably one and a half year.
A year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half.
I would say probably like 5 to 6 months when I started communicating. A little bit rough, but fully probably about a year.
It took me about a year of being in school here in the States.
Say it was progressive over my early childhood, I guess. It took me just as long to learn French as it did English.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, my mom speaks with a very hard accent, but you can understand her.
My family speaks English, yes.
Nah, they don't. I think I'm the only children in my family.
Not really.
I think it's the vocabulary. It was totally different.
I think where the confusion comes in, especially when you speak two languages, is the tense, the past, present, and future tense. They're constructed differently throughout different languages, and learning two languages at the same time, that's where a lot of confusion came in.
I don't think anything now. Maybe in the beginning, some of the grammar, but nothing now. It's very different from the Arabic language. Some of the rules just didn't make sense, but now it's not really a big deal.
Probably that there's like no genders and the different tenses because they're so unnecessary. In Polish language, you only have 3 different tenses, and that's all you need.
Grammar was the most hardest stuff.
It's difficult.
So difficult.
I think it was like hard at first, and then it was easier progressively. So once you get a hang of it, you're good to go.
I think it was fun and exciting. I caught on to it quickly since I was young, so it's
Pretty easy, especially when you do it from when you're a small child.
Difficulty.
Probably the effective use of all parts of speech, and that's pretty much it. Because in Polish, we have a lot less of everything, so it seems more simple.
Long words are the most confusing.
I think it's the lingo. So slang.
Slang.
Slang, yeah.
Okay.
I think some of the expressions used, maybe like when people were joking around or using certain slang, I didn't catch on to it when I was a new learner.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, because you can't communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I come here.
Yeah, definitely, because of getting jobs and going to school, you really can't do anything without it here.
Oh yeah, because half my country's English.
Yes.
It just kind of depends on who I'm flirting with.
Chinese is my mother tongue.
I think English just because it's easier for me to speak, but I love speaking Arabic and I love the fact that I know how to speak Arabic.
I prefer English just because I learned and I use it most.
Korean.
I think it was hard at first because you didn't know the language, but then it got progressively easier as you started, knowing the language and the culture.
I think it's a little bit difficult because of language barrier.
I think it was kind of hard at first just because I was like different than all the other kids, but once I caught on to the language and everything, it wasn't.
Yeah, many international students here are like hard to speak English here.
Oh yeah, like without a problem. It kind of seems like I speak better English than Polish sometimes.
Yeah, almost. Right now it's almost.
Yeah, now it's really not a big deal. Like you can't even tell that I am bilingual, but I think in the beginning when I was young, it was. But
Well, I couldn't understand their jokes and stuff.
The jokes are difficult to
Yeah.
understand.
We can understand each other.
What?
We can't understand each other.
You can't understand each other?
Sometimes. So, Kim smiling or Kim science.
Oh, I think the most craziest experience I've had was when I was at day camp when I was like 10 years old. In Poland, we don't have board shorts, we have the Speedos. So, and we don't usually change in the bathrooms. You just, wrap the towel around yourself and just go right there. And so I did that. I kind of got called home and sent home that day because it was very unordinary. Nobody ever did that. So that's my experience.
I think once again, definitely just like the expressions used, like keeping up with the slang, but now I definitely catch on a lot faster than I did when I was first learning.
You can flow with.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just people laugh at my accent when I say like out and about, stuff like that. Yeah, I get a lot of laughs. So the kind of French influence comes out.
Many Americans are willing to help people who can't speak English properly. So it was kind of interesting